Hi, this is Richard Quack here, coming to you live from Malaysia. I would like to welcome you to my weekly live video. And in today's session, I would like to talk about marketing. And the topic is how to create websites with WordPress. Okay, this is quite a technical subject, but I hope that I can try to make it easy for you to follow. Okay, so are you ready? If you're ready, let's proceed with it. Now, previously, to create a website is a massive project. It costs a lot of money and also you incur a lot of time. Okay, because previously to create a website you need to have a web designer who is going to be very expensive to hire and so on. So it costs you easily thousands of dollars to get a website up. Okay, and not only that, remember, once your website is up, you need to maintain it, you need to make changes, and then you got to pay further again to the what called the webmaster. So this is previously is very expensive. Okay, but now the good news is that you can have a website up for less than $100. That's about it. You believe it? For less than $100, you can get a website out. So today I want to talk about a blogging platform called WordPress. WordPress. Okay. Now most of the websites today are using WordPress. It is a popular blogging platform. I personally am using WordPress as well. Okay. Now, basically, WordPress, the only disadvantage is that the loading time it takes is longer because of the resources involved. But it is cheap. Okay, it is cheap. So let me go through with you step by step on how to get a website. Okay, how to set up a website using WordPress. Okay, the first thing is you need to pick a name. Okay, you pick a name for your website, and you got to find a domain as well. You can get a domain, for your website. Okay, and of course, once you have a domain name, you got to register your domain name. One of the places that you can register your domain name is GoDaddy.com. Okay, there are many other places like Namecheap and so on, but I'm using GoDaddy. So you go to GoDaddy and register a domain name. Okay, and then after that, you decide on what kind of website you are creating. There are many types of websites. It could be an information website, it could be a sales website, it could be just a blog information website, and so on. So basically, you got to decide what is the kind of website that you're going to create. That's number three. Number four, you got to get hosting for your website. You see, your website, once you create your website, you got to host it somewhere, because without hosting, your website cannot appear on other computers around the world. So you need hosting. Okay. Now you can get hosting from many platforms outside there, and on average, it will cost you about $5 per month. Okay, you can go for cheap hosting, which is less than that on a monthly basis. Okay, so what you need to have is register a domain name, which is probably about less than $10 a year, right? $10 a year, and then you got to go for hosting, and which is about $5 per month or less than that, depending on the hosting packages that you're going to get. Then the fifth thing you need to do is, once you have everything set up, you need to install WordPress on your website. Now, installing WordPress on your website is easy, especially if you are using cPanel. If you are using cPanel, basically they have within cPanel itself, there is a software, WordPress toolkit, whereby with a click, you can install WordPress automatically. Okay, so installing WordPress is easy, or you can do it on your own, which is not difficult as well. If you go to WordPress.com and download the WordPress package, they even teach you how to install it. Okay, a 5 minute install or something like that. Okay, then once you install the thing, then you got to point your domain to your host, because once you have a domain name, then you have a host. Okay, it got to connect together. You got to point the DNS. Okay, the name server from your domain to your host. So that is number 6. Number 7, you got to install WordPress theme. In fact, WordPress is useful because they have a lot of themes. Some are free, some are paid, and you can also install a lot of plugins that will help you to improve the operation of the website. Okay, you got to install theme which you can get for free or you pay for it. Okay, and basically the theme is very simple. It is actually will be how your website will look like, how your WordPress website will look like depending on the theme. There are free theme or of course there are paid theme as well. Okay, and basically after that, number 8, you got to add content. Okay, in terms of pages, in terms of posts and so on. So you got to add content to your blog, which is very important. Okay, and lastly, you got to continue evolving your website because your website is not static. Basically, you got to keep on changing. All right, especially content. If you could keep on adding content on a regular basis, and you got to change content as well. Okay, so basically, using a WordPress very simple because it is easy to use because of the theme, because of the plugins and so on. So there are a lot of things that can help you to build a beautiful website. Okay, so as I said previously, it is technical, so I'm not going to go through with you in detail. But basically, if you have any issues, you got any question, you can always message me. Okay, I will gladly help you. So that's all my sharing for today. How to create websites with WordPress. Like I said previously, creating a website is going to be very, very expensive. But today, with technology and changes and WordPress blogging platform, you can create a website for less than $100. Okay, uh, here are the 9 steps that I mentioned about going through the website. Pick a name and find a domain name. Right, pick a name and find a domain and register the domain name. Number 2, register the domain name. You can register with GoDaddy.com or Namecheap or any other platform outside there. Okay, and also uh, let me go through here. Okay, and also basically you need to decide what kind of site you are going to create. Number 5, you got to got hosting for your website, which is about less than $5 per month. You got to install the WordPress package, the software on your website. Number 6, you got to point your domain to your host, to your host. That it means your DNS server. After that, you got to install your theme or whatever plugins that you want to use, and you add content on a regular basis, the pages or the posts, and you got to continue updating, continue evolving your website. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today. I hope that you learned something here. I know this is quite technical, but I tried to make it as simple as possible for you. If you got any question, I offered to you, you can always message me and I can gladly help you. Okay, so that's all my sharing for today. Today it is already Friday in Malaysia. I wish you a pleasant weekend and I'll see you again for another session of my live video on Monday. So this is Richard Quack here, wishing you good night and goodbye.